how to effectively speak with suppliers on Alibaba to potentially get the best possible price for you and your products, and to develop that long-term relationship that you would like to continue for the next few years with your suppliers. So what I thought is we'll carry on with the product that we've done yesterday, which is the beach ball, which is what we found, what we like to potentially buy on from China. And so what we're going to do today is just going to take you step by step as to what I would do personally if I was to speak to suppliers on Alibaba. So first things first, we're currently on the beach ball niche at the moment in amazon.co.uk. So what we have to do first and foremost is decide of how much products do we have to order on our first shipment. So what we want to do is we're going to look at the Helium 10 Chrome extension and see what kind of profit figures and what kind of revenue figures are there, and how many units are being sold at the moment on average on the marketplace, and how much should we order. So let's look at the sales figures for these particular products. And as you can see, majority of the sales figures are actually between it goes for anything from 3,700 all the way up down to 100. So I'd say an average would probably be around the 500 mark. So what we need to do now is we need to go to Alibaba and find out potential products that we would potentially would like to speak about to the suppliers. So what we'll do is we'll go on Beach Ball, and we're just going to pick out a few products that we would like to speak about. Now, there are two ways of speaking to the suppliers. You can either click on one by one and send out a custom message to each and every single supplier, but what I would like to do, and what I usually do, is actually speak to many suppliers all at once. So there is a function on Alibaba, which I'll show you in a minute, where you can choose 20, 30, 40 suppliers and send them all out exactly the same message, asking for exactly the same thing, which essentially is what we want to do, and then kind of speak to them individually further down the line. So the way we do that is we have a look at the beach ball. There's so many results here, and now what we want to do is we just want to pick a few products that we would like to inquire about. So for example, we like the idea of this particular product, so we'll just click on the plus button here. We like this one, and as you can see, there are more and more products coming down as into here how to speak to them. So what we'll do is we'll continue just adding a few more, and then once we've got enough of people, we just need to move that. Once we've got enough people that we would like to speak to, we just click on contact supplier, and this is where we enter the message. This is where the message that we send out will reach out to all of the suppliers that we would find. Now clearly here we only have 6, but most cases it would be about 20 to 30. So the message we would send out is something that would look something like this really. So what we want to do here beforehand is a couple of things. Number one, we want to give out as least amount of information to these suppliers. Effectively, we are only going to be working with one of them. So 39 or 59 or 69 other suppliers do not need to know much about you. So what you want to do is give them as least amount of information. You don't want to tell them where you're going to be selling the product on. All you want to do is just find out the best possible price that they can offer for the product that you would want to buy, okay? Second thing is what you want to do is you want to remember that these guys do not speak English as their first language. What that means is that a lot of them have to be spoken to very simply and using simple terms and using a language that you would speak to potential children, your children or teenagers that wouldn't understand complex language. So what you want to do is you want to really simple it down for them and just ask the very most important questions that you want to understand from them, okay? So let's go through the message. So hi there, we're not going to use their names because obviously we're speaking to quite a few suppliers at the same time. I hope you're well. We are a UK wholesaler, so we're telling them that we are a business and we are based in the UK at the moment. We're not going to say how large or anything. And we're telling them that we're interested in the beach ball that they are selling at the moment. And also that we would like to work with them long term, giving an indication that we're not just going to be ordering once and then leaving it there. We want to, potentially work with them for years to come, which will give them, an incentive to potentially give us a better price in the short term. Could you please answer the following? What is the best price per unit for a sample order of 1,000 units? Now, I know what you're thinking. We want only 500 units, and that's correct, yes. However, on the first message, you want to get them interested. You want them to respond to you. If you say I want 500 units or less, you will see that the response rate is actually a lot smaller and they won't actually take you as seriously. So what you want to do is you want to get them interested and get them to buy into you and respond to you with their best possible price. And then on the second and third message, start negotiation process. You want to start the negotiation process and push them down on the price, because even if the price you can negotiate that is down by 50 pence to 75 pence or whatever it is, over many units that you will order, those changes add up to make a big difference. So start off there and then kind of work your way down and say, okay, well, what we'll do is then we won't order 1,000 units because that is quite a lot for a sample order, but what I'll do is for the price that we can agree on, I'll order 500 this particular occasion, and once they sell, I'm going to order 1,000 units next time round. The next question is, what is the lead time? Now that is very important to you as well, because besides choosing the best possible price for the product that you want to buy, you also have to take into consideration the lead time. What lead time effectively is how much time do they need to send out that particular product to you, whether it's in the UK, America, wherever it may be. Some suppliers may have that product already in stock and can ship it out within a couple of days, whilst others will have to start creating and start manufacturing the product itself. So some will take a couple of days, whilst others can take up to anything up to 30 days. So instead of the whole shipment process taking up about 30 to 40 days, it can take up to 60, 70 days. And that is obviously quite important, because the longer you're waiting, the longer you're going to have to wait to start making sales. So you want to find that out as well. And the last question that is also very important is, what is the sea shipping cost under the DDP terms? Now, this question is tailored to what product you're looking for. Now, I asked on this particular occasion is the fact that it's sea shipping cost, and the reason why is because I want to use sea shipping because I know that air shipping during the COVID-19 situation is going to be very expensive, so there's no even much point of asking that. However, usually in normal circumstances, if your product is very light and the whole parcels, all of the parcels put together is actually under 100 kilos, you may very well just ship them via air. Now, it might be a bit more expensive, but the products will come to you a lot faster. Sea shipping, on the other hand, will take a lot longer. It can take anything from 4 to 12 weeks, depending on where you're located. So you have to take that into consideration. And then DDP terms, what DDP means is the terms that you agree with your supplier in regards to shipping. Now, DDP is what the onus and all the responsibility goes on to your supplier. So if the product does not arrive to you, or arrives damaged or very late, or anything happens in the shipping process, you are not liable. You are fully covered by Alibaba, and therefore should be able to receive a full refund if you do not receive the product on time. Now, if you choose EXW shipping terms, then that means the onus is on you and you are only paying for the product itself. What you will then have to do, once the product is manufactured and ready to go, you will have to speak to the shipping agent yourself and arrange shipping from there. So then responsibility is all with you and your shipping agent. Effectively, the supplier is no longer responsible for that particular order once it leaves their warehouse. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to add in your address so they can calculate that shipping price for to deliver to your address. Now, obviously, these prices will change because you ideally want to drop down the minimum, the order quantity that you're going to order in the very first go, but you are just getting a ballpark figures, okay? And when you're speaking to so many suppliers, it's good to start off with ballpark figures, and then you're going to realize you can start taking them off one by one, because sometimes either the lead time is very long, sometimes they don't have the product in stock, sometimes the price of it is just crazy and it's something that you wouldn't even expect that they would would tell you. And then you kind of start narrowing it down and shortlisting it to the last maybe 5. And then you start looking at other things such as how long the supplier has been selling on Alibaba, what their reviews are, how good, what the price is, what the product is, what the product quality seems like. Ask for videos and pictures of the product to kind of see what it looks like in first hand and kind of take it from there. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video and found some value, please press the like button and subscribe. There will be much more content to come around, all about selling on Amazon, all about how to get started. And that's what my main focus is for you guys who are really interested in selling on Amazon but just do not know where to start. If you could please subscribe and then comment below as to potential video ideas that you would like me to put out there. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out as much as I can. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.